It's another Tuesday evening, and you're the last one in the office. Again. You're still sitting at your desk, staring at what appears to be an endless pile of work. You silenced your phone hours ago, but a single notification catches your eye. It's from home, and the text reads, "Coming home for dinner?" Your stomach sinks because you know you've got another promise broken, another moment missed. You drop your head into your hands with exhaustion and embarrassment and ask yourself, is this really what I worked so hard for in law school? These days, you feel more like a paper pusher trapped in a system that doesn't care about you or your clients. The daily grind drains your energy and leaves little room for the purpose, the passion that brought you into law in the first place. So if the picture that's just been painted in your mind right now sounds familiar, you're not alone. I was there too. And today, you and I are going to have a heart-to-heart about what puts you in this position and why it doesn't have to stay this way. Welcome to the New Law Podcast for entrepreneurial lawyers, where our mission is simple: to transform the practice of law by providing world-class training and services to those of you ready to embody the personal family lawyer promise around the world with a new law business model. I'm Katz, and I've been in your shoes. I know exactly what it's like to feel trapped by the traditional legal system, overworked, undervalued, questioning, is this really why I went to law school? I know the pressure, the burnout, the disillusionment that comes from working within a system that just feels stacked against you in every way possible. And I also know what it's like to break free. Yep, I know what it feels like to take back control. Align your business, your life, your income with your vision and your values, and finally find joy in your livelihood. In each episode of this popular podcast, I will uncover the hidden challenges holding you back and share actionable strategies to create the law practice and the business you deeply desire and deserve, all while making such a meaningful impact in the lives of those who need you the most. In today's episode, we're going to explore why traditional law school left you unprepared for the business and relational side of practicing law and how that's impacting your career and, maybe more importantly, your life. When you keep listening, I will show you the first steps to reclaiming your purpose and building a practice that works for you, not against you, and turning that practice into a business you absolutely love. So if you have ever felt trapped, undervalued, or disconnected from the very reason that you became a lawyer in the first place, this episode is your invitation to something better, and I'm so excited to be inviting you to it. So let's take a moment for you to reflect back to your first day of law school. Can you remember the excitement, the ambition, the belief that you were stepping into a career that would let you make a difference in the community that you so cared about? Now, let's fast forward to today. How does it compare to your reality? The truth is, law school prepared you to draft contracts, perhaps, analyze case precedents. But what it didn't teach you, what it should have taught you, are the very things that you need to thrive in practice, like how to run a business, how to build meaningful relationships with your clients, how to bill for your services without the hourly billing 6-minute increments model, how to create a practice that supports your life instead of consuming it. Instead, what were we taught? Billable hours, the adversarial process, delivering work product at breakneck speed, perhaps, how to escalate conflict. But when it came to the skills that make or break a lifetime, time management, marketing, pricing, packaging your services, getting clients, well, you were left to figure it out on your own. Take my story, for example. I graduated first in my class, landed a job at a prestigious firm, and then worked harder than ever to prove myself. But no one told me that I could have my own business, that I could turn my law practice into a business I loved, how to balance my time between my personal life as a mom, eventually a mom of 2 kids, my husband, a stay-at-home dad taking care of them, with my professional life. I was buried under billable hours, stuck in a cycle that left me exhausted, hour-long commute each way, disconnected from the impact I was really making and questioning, wait, why did I choose this path in the first place? And I know I'm not the only one. Every week, almost every day, I talk to lawyers who share the very same struggles, the frustration of feeling unprepared, the exhaustion of trying to do it all on their own, and the fear that this is just how it has to be from today forward. But what if I told you it doesn't have to stay this way? There's a model, a framework that fills in the gaps and helps you to build a practice, a business that you can actually love. Well, we'll talk about that in just a minute. But first, let's dive deeper into what these gaps are really costing you. And again, I know it firsthand because I was there, and I know it is not easy to admit when things aren't working. You tell yourself, well, this is just how the life of a lawyer is. It's supposed to be this way. And I get it. When I finally left the big law firm and went out on my own, and I was renting off this space from an attorney who had been in business for 25 years, and I looked at the other lawyers in that office space, and I saw them working all hours of the day and night, not because law firm management was making them do it, but because they felt that they had to do it. It wasn't because they wanted to. But things are different now, and deep down, my guess is you can't shake the feeling that something's just not right. I felt that way. And the longer you stay stuck in the status quo, the more it costs you, not just professionally, but personally too. So let's start with that. What is it costing you as a human, for your humanity, for your life? How many moments have you missed because you were buried under deadlines you couldn't control? How many times have you promised your kids you'd make it to dinner only to get pulled back into the office for just one more thing that turned into a couple of hours? And it's not just your time you're sacrificing, is it? It's your health. Late nights, skipped meals, constant stress. They add up, right? You wake up the next morning feeling drained before the day even begins, wondering, how much longer can I keep this up? And then there's the toll it takes on your family, on the work itself that you're doing. I remember a lawyer many years ago told me that he had found me because he was in litigation and filing interrogatories. And he noticed the date that the interrogatories would be due by the other side. And he noticed he was going to ruin their Christmas as a result. Midway through his fist bump, he realized he had become somebody who was celebrating ruining somebody else's Christmas. And he realized that that was beginning to seep out into who he was, who he became, how he was with his family. And he didn't want to be that way anymore. My guess is you don't either. And yet you're working harder than ever, but are you really growing? Or are you stuck in the same place month after month, just trying to keep it all afloat? And then let's talk about your client relationships. When you're stretched so thin, it's impossible to give every client the attention they deserve. It leads to dissatisfaction. And we all know unhappy clients don't stick around long, and they're certainly not referring you to others. And it doesn't feel good to not be liked by your clients, right? And perhaps that's the most painful cost of all. It's the emotional cost. You started this journey because you wanted to make a difference. You wanted to help people and build something meaningful. But somewhere along the way, the spark that once burned bright is now closer and closer to burning out. And now you're left wondering, is this really why I went to law school? Is this really what my life is about? Well, it's time for a reality check, because if nothing changes, what's the next 6 to 12 months going to look like for you? More of the same, right? More missed moments, more sleepless nights, more clients who don't want to pay your bills. And if you're not careful, that feeling of staying stuck can end up amplifying your anxiety, your disillusionment with the profession altogether. The passion that brought you here could slip away entirely. It almost did that for me. I almost walked away from being a lawyer altogether. But here's the thing. It does not have to stay this way. The costs that you're paying right now, your time, your health, your relationships, your family, these are not the price of success. They're the price of a broken system. And I'm here to tell you there is a better way. In just a moment, I'm going to share how you can start reclaiming your time, your energy, your attention, your life. But first, I want to introduce you to someone who did just that, someone who broke free from this cycle and found a way to thrive. So stay with me here. I think you're going to find her story inspiring. So take a moment and imagine this. What if work didn't feel like a relentless grind? What if your clients weren't just transactions? What if your clients even loved you and gave you gifts? What if your clients were trusted relationships, connections you valued, people who referred you to all of their friends, family, their clients and colleagues? What if your practice, being a lawyer, actually fulfilled you? Well, here's the truth. This is not some far-fetched dream, not at all. It is not only possible, I can tell you for sure it's entirely within your reach. It's been the truth in my own life. When the student is ready, the teacher appears, and it happened for me every single time. So the new law business model is not just a system. It is the result of years of trial and error, lessons learned the extremely hard way, and breakthroughs that didn't just transform my practice, didn't just build me a business, but transformed my life, the very heart of who I am. Early in my legal career, I was just like you, overwhelmed, exhausted, and questioning, is this really the life I want? And I didn't have a guide, so I made many mistakes. I stumbled through the dark, and eventually I found a way out. But here's what you should realize. You don't have to go through those same trials and tribulations. I have taken everything that I learned, refined it, and turned it all into a proven process that has already helped thousands of lawyers escape burnout, build practices that they love, and ultimately rediscover their passion for law and why they went to law school in the first place. What started as a solution for my own struggles has now, many years later, grown into something much bigger, a movement. See, the new law business model is about redefining what success looks like for lawyers, shifting from the grind of transactional law to the freedom and fulfillment of what I call relational lawyering. It's about having a law practice and practicing in a way that is rooted in relationships with connections in your own community. It's about doing it in a way that works for you, your clients, your family, and your life. It's about leaning into your purpose, the reason you went to law school in the first place, and being rewarded with a profitable business. And I'm here to show you how you can do it too. So let's go through some of the core components that make up the proven process behind the new law business model right now. The first core component is relational client partnerships. It's the heart of relational lawyering. Imagine working with clients who trust you so deeply that they come to you not just for their immediate needs, but for their future, year after year. They don't just hire you once, but again and again. That is the power of relational law. It builds loyalty and trust that no do-it-yourself platform or algorithm can replicate. The second core component is your pricing model. Not just flat fee, but a model where you're actually helping your clients choose their own fees. Think about it. You get to escape from the idea of billing by the hour in 6-minute increments, sending out invoices that you don't want to send out to clients who don't want to pay them, and instead create packages that give your clients clarity and control, and give you clarity and control over your own time, energy, and attention so you can set goals, and ultimately, so you can support your clients to choose the right fee for them. This is something I invented and created that allows the new law business model lawyers who use it to have between 80 to 100% engagement rates with the people that they meet, who then go on to hire them. That's unheard of in any business, that kind of a engagement rate or conversion rate. Look it up, you'll see. It's generally not possible, but because of this pricing model, it is. That then brings us to the core component number 3, which is systematized operations. I could not believe when I started out in my own business that there wasn't a system for doing it. That every client coming in, I had to reinvent the wheel. And these lawyers that were working all day and night, not because law firm management made them do it, they were law firm management, they were doing it because they didn't have systems. And even though I didn't know anything about business, I knew there had to be a system. See, running a law firm does not have to mean, or having your own law practice, or even working for somebody else, does not have to mean running yourself ragged. In fact, it shouldn't. With the right systems in place, you can streamline your operations, delegate effectively, and focus on the part you love, which is going to be different for each of you. We'll cover that in another podcast episode. And you can do it in a way where you keep what you want, you give away the rest, because it's all systematized. Let me introduce you to Robert Galliano, one of my favorite clients, one of my very early personal family lawyer firm leaders. After 25 years in practice, Robert was ready to quit. He was going to give up what he had created after 25 years. He was undercharging for his services, overworking, feeling completely stuck, had to, he was doing estate planning, kind of. And I say kind of because I think he was selling wills for about $500. And I was sending him emails, and he thought to himself, there's no way that this young woman's going to be able to teach me anything new. But finally, one day, he opened an email that hit something in him, and he said, maybe I have nothing to lose. Maybe I should just give it a shot. See what she has to say. Within 6 weeks of working with me, Robert increased his fees by 1,000%, had a 100% client engagement rate. Everybody he met with hired him, 7 out of 7 people that he met with. So he learned over, I think, about 4 weeks, and then 2 weeks, met with 7 clients, engaged every single one of them. Robert was with me for another 10 years before he eventually sold his practice for $1 million. A practice he was going to walk away from. Robert's story is proof that it is never too late to turn things around. And if Robert can do it, so can you. So right now you might be thinking, well, that sounds amazing, but where do I even start, Allie? And I get it. Change can feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. At New Law Business Model, we guide you step by step, giving you the strategy, the systems, the support that you need to create a law practice and life that you have always wanted. And so in the next episode, we're going to dive even deeper into why the traditional model isn't working and how you can start breaking free from it today. If you've made it this far into the episode, I want you to take a moment to recognize something. You are already ahead of so many lawyers out there. Why? Because you're here. You're investing time in yourself, reflecting on what isn't working, and exploring what could be. And that takes courage. It's the first step to creating a law practice and a life you love. Listen, you didn't go to law school to feel burned out, undervalued, or stuck in a system that isn't working for you or your clients. But the truth is, it doesn't have to stay this way. There is a better path. A way to practice law that aligns with your values, serves your clients at the highest level, and gives you back control over your time, energy, attention, money. We call those your team resources, and your life. So here's what I want you to do right now. If anything that I've shared today resonates with you, if you're tired of the daily grind and ready for a better way, then download a free copy of my book. It's called The New Law Business Model Revealed, and it's packed with actionable insights that can help you start making changes today. You can find it at newlawbusinessmodel.com/book or newlaw.co/book. And if you are so sick and tired of the status quo and ready to dive deeper, I'm inviting you to get instant access to my 15-minute video where I will show you exactly how to add 6 figures or more to your business and fall back in love with your law practice, all while showing care and compassion for those in your community who need you the most. Simply go to newlaw.co/grow, GROW, newlaw.co/grow. And remember to tune in next time for episode 39, how traditional law is burning out good lawyers and what you can do about it right away. I'm going to pull back the curtain on the systemic issues that keep so many lawyers feeling stuck and show you exactly how to start breaking free. Our 609 personal family lawyer firm leaders who are part of the New Law Business Model movement are living proof that you simply don't have to settle for staying stuck at the status quo. You don't have to accept burnout, you don't have to accept overwhelm, and you don't have to accept that feeling like your work doesn't matter. The life and the practice you've always dreamed of is within your reach. I want you to hear this loud and clear. You are not alone in this journey anymore. Every single step you take toward building a practice you love is a step toward reclaiming your purpose, reigniting your passion, and making a meaningful impact in the lives of those who need you the most. I'm Allie Katz, and I'm here to guide you, walk beside you, hold your hand every step of the way. So take a deep breath and know that change is here. You're stronger than you realize, and you have what it takes to create something truly extraordinary for you and your loved ones. So until next time, hold on to this truth. The best is yet to come, and it starts with you today.